So, I've always wondered about really random things. Usually history related, since I'm going into the field of history as a career choice. Why were so many things done the way they were throughout history? Like, why was Stonehenge a thing? Why did they want to build it for that? For what purpose? Was it ritualistic? Were they bored? I just don't get it. And the pyramids of Egypt, obviously, they were made as tombs, magnificent tombs, meant for monuments, but I mean, they really outdid themselves, didn't they? Considering the technology they had, that took them forever to build, and they still did it. I mean, I don't think people would want to even build that type of thing now, and we have all these machines. I don't know, it's just stuff like this. It just makes you think. Obviously, you have people with answers, but, who's to say that they're 100% right? Nobody that tells us these things was there at the time. So who am I to believe them? Unless to give me a piece of paper that was written by a scholar who was, or like a scribe to a pharaoh that was there when it was built. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. Being someone in the history field, I really do wish that I had a time machine. Some Back to the Future type shit. I don't know where I'd want to go, though. The part of history that I like talking about the most is the 30s and 40s. But obviously the problem with going back there is, if I go to the part where the history is, I could probably die. That's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm not Jewish, so I wouldn't get put in the camp. But I am American. So I'd probably get shot anyway, I guess, if I went to the front lines in Europe. But, just to see what it's like, just to see. I'd want to go. I'd want to go to Greece, ancient Greece. I'd want to go to Japan during the age of the samurai. I'd like to hang out with Genghis Khan in Mongolia. People ask the question if you could have a conversation or dinner with 3 people, alive or dead, anybody, who would it be? Mine were always historical figures. One of them that would really surprise people is I would want to sit down with Adolf Hitler to talk to him. And it's just to ask why, just so I can get into his mind. Just so I could sit down and have a nice talk with him. You could explain to me how much Jews ruined his life. Or one particular Jew ruined his life, so therefore he decided to take it all out on them. I'd just be like, you really think that was the answer? You really think they were the problem guy? And then probably beat him up. Because, like Hitler. I forget who I'd say the other 2 would be. Probably Peyton Manning, I think, is one of them. Because I'm a diehard Colts fan, he just seems like such an amazing dude. Andrew Luck's great too, but I mean, Peyton Manning's just a legend. And the third person, this one's tough. This one's real tough. Maybe whatever prick was responsible for manufacturing my car, so I can put him in my car and be like, hey, you see how this AC doesn't work? Yeah, fuck you. I just drove 4 hours from a trip in the heat of summer in my '04 Chevy Trailblazer whose AC just refuses to work after about 2 hours. But that's just the type of shit that happens to me. Wanna know why? Being I couldn't tell you. I just couldn't tell you. But it has me in some sort of mood to the point where I'm sitting in my room at 3 a.m. in the darkness. Doing what? Who the fuck knows? All I know is that I don't know what I know. And the question that I want to ask is, does anyone really know what they know? Or is there always more to know about everything? Therefore, no one really knows anything fully. Which kind of reminds me of that movie. What was it called? Lucy? With Scarlett Johansson, was it? I think Morgan Freeman was in it. Where she starts figuring out ways to use this parts of her brain that humans can't use. And then she ends up having like psychic powers and shit and starts murdering people. I don't know if that's even remotely close to true. Like, what would happen if people were able to access those parts of their brain? No, we just start telekinetically start throwing people across rooms. I find that extremely hard to believe. But that would lead me to my next train of thought, which would be, what would be my superhero power? I think maybe I'd want to fly, but there's just so many heroes that have that ability along with other things, so I wouldn't obviously just want to be able to fly. I'd want to do something else too. Professor X's ability to read minds and control minds is just so cool, but just not badass, you know? Quicksilver's is cool and badass. Going invisible is nice too. You could like eavesdrop on conversations and listen in on people who are talking shit about you. You know, the thing is with Quicksilver is I'd be such a thief, just like how he is in X-Men. I'd rob so much. I don't know what I'd rob though. You'd think the obvious answer would be a bank or some really big like store chain. The problem is with the banks is that, you know, obviously there's the vault, and I don't know if I'd want to go through all the trouble of actually having to open the vault. Because being fast is nice and all, but it doesn't matter if there's a big like titanium door in the way. Unless I ran around a bunch and found the code. But I'd probably just stick to some like place where I could open a cash register and steal a couple $100 and just do that over and over again. Steal some 70-inch flat screens, maybe. I don't know. All I know is I'm tired as fuck. I'd steal a reclining chair, because I definitely need one of those for my room. Yeah. That'd be the move. A reclining chair. That's it.